If you're the person everyone relies on, the one who's supposed to have all the answers and just hold everything together, this is for you. Because the pressure to perform at that elite level, well, it doesn't leave a lot of room for things to fall apart. It's a constant performance, and we're about to take a look at what that really costs.
So, does any of this sound familiar? I mean, this isn't just a tough week. For so many high achievers, this is just the baseline. It's a world where being vulnerable feels like a risk you just can't afford to take. Any crack in the armor, right? It could be seen as a fatal flaw. We call this the founder's dilemma, but honestly, it applies to any executive, any professional in a high-stakes role. And it is so important to get this. This isn't some kind of personal failing. It's a structural reality of the job, and it's rooted in a really unique set of pressures that we're going to break down right now. What's really wild is how these pressures all stack on top of each other. It's never just one thing, is it? It's that existential financial risk, where your entire family's security is on the line. It's the mandatory performance. You are always on stage for your team, your investors, your board. It's the deep, profound isolation that comes from not being able to really confide in anyone. And of course, there's the cumulative trauma, all the near misses, the rejections, the brutal decisions that just build up over time.
And look, this is not just a feeling. The numbers actually back this up in a big way. Research from UC San Francisco shows that entrepreneurs are a staggering 50% more likely to report having a mental health condition than the general population. So yeah, the pressure is very real, and it has very real, measurable consequences.
So you've got all this external pressure. What does that do internally? It creates a huge internal cost. It builds into this specific kind of burnout that most people don't even recognize. And that's because it's so good at hiding behind a mask of success. People call it shadow burnout. And this is the part that trips everybody up. For a high performer, burnout doesn't mean you stop working. No way. It means you keep hitting your targets, you keep closing deals, shipping product, all while your internal systems are just flashing red. You are achieving, but you are deteriorating. And the symptoms? They're almost always invisible to the outside world. It's that deep, invisible exhaustion where you just collapse in private after performing with energy all day. It's when that passion that got you started begins to feel like a mechanical obligation. And critically, it's when the relationships that are supposed to be your support system, they become casualties of the mission. And again, that's not just a feeling. The data shows founders spend, on average, 60% less time with their spouses. I mean, that is a massive deficit that creates this vicious cycle of guilt and then even more isolation. Okay, so we've established the problem is unique, it's severe, and it's often totally hidden. This isn't something a weekend trip or a meditation app is going to fix. So the logical question is, what on earth does support that actually works look like for someone whose reality is this demanding? The answer is really in a different way of thinking. This isn't about slowing down or stepping back. It's about building the internal architecture you need for sustainable high performance. It's about getting stronger, not doing less. And this is the key distinction. Generic advice like, you need better work-life balance. It's frankly useless when your company's survival depends on you. You know this, you've lived it. A specialized approach doesn't tell you to step away. It asks, how can we build recovery and resilience into the life you already have? It focuses on practical frameworks for making clear decisions when you're under immense pressure. This specialized, really practical approach, it's exactly what practices like CEREVITY are built for. It's all about creating a confidential space for people who are operating in environments where they just simply cannot afford to drop the ball.
And let's be real, for this to actually work, the logistics have to be built for a demanding life. So you need to look for support that's location independent, that lets you connect from a private office or a hotel room. It's got to have schedule flexibility, early mornings, evenings, weekends, and it has to guarantee complete confidentiality, which, a private pay model does. No insurance records, no corporate visibility, total privacy.
This brings us to maybe the most important way to think about all this. Viewing this as an investment is absolutely key. Your company's most critical asset isn't its tech stack or its funding, it's your cognitive and emotional function. Your company deserves your excellence, but the crucial point is, so do you. And we're not talking about vague, open-ended chats here. This stuff is grounded in evidence-based, practical tools. Things like using cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, to challenge that catastrophic thought that says, if this deal falls through, I'm ruined. or using acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, to stay true to your values as a leader, even when you're under a ton of stress. These are proven methods, just adapted for your specific world.
Because let's just quickly remind ourselves of the stakes here. The cost of unaddressed burnout is absolutely catastrophic. It leads to a serious deterioration in your decision-making, it leads to exits made under duress, and profound strain on your most important relationships. The cost of inaction is so much greater than the investment in support.
I want to leave you with this idea because it really gets to the heart of the issue. The pressure to project success means that the people who seem to have it all together, they are often the very ones who need this support the most. They've just become absolute masters at hiding the struggle.
So if any of this resonated with you, if you're done white-knuckling it through another quarter and you're ready to talk to someone who actually gets your world, well, the path forward is pretty clear. It's a strategic choice to invest in your own resilience. If you're ready to do that, go to CEREVITY.com and book your first session.